Hello again there, you two fans. This is the Real Creepy Dollman here. I'm back, but it's not a new episode. It is July the 16th of 2021. Time now is 12:14 a.m. Okay, the Real Creepy Dollman must apologize. I was supposed to be on here on July the 15th of 2021. I was sort of delayed. I made an error earlier about how many dolls was in this collection. There's actually 20 in this collection. Now, but before we begin to show the dolls, let me tell you this. Real Creepy Dollman is decided to do one final tribute for this second anniversary of the late Jerry Lotz. This is the final tribute and my last tribute to the late Jerry Lotz. So this will be the last time you see Jerry Lotz. Now, you don't know who Jerry Lotz is. Let me refresh your memory, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I'm going to go ahead and back this out of the shot and show you all the dolls that was originally from his collection. Now, I'm going to say this. If you own a piece of Jerry Lotz's collection, then you have made part of history. If you do not own a piece of the real, Jerry Lotz, then you don't have a piece of history. Because Jerry Lotz was born on July the 7th of 1939 and died on July the 15th of 2019. I decided to do a second anniversary. This will be my last dedication to him. I decided to bring back all the dolls, whether they were rebuilt or not. And here they all are. Now, as I go around the room, I'll let you see them, and I'll explain more about Jerry Lotz as we go around the room. Now, if you don't know Jerry Lotz, let me refresh your memory. He appeared on one episode of American Pickers. Now, if you've seen that episode, American Pickers came to Louisville, Kentucky. And what they did was they bought a bike, which is a Donald Duck bike, off Jerry Lotz. And as doing so, Jerry Lotz didn't agree to sell the doll. Not the doll, but the Donald Duck bike for less than what he wanted. Because he wanted actually $2,000. What happened was they talked him down the price for the Donald Duck bike, and he agreed on selling it for $1,000. If he didn't do that, he wouldn't be famous for this day to appear on American Pickers, and he's also famous worldwide. What he does is he buys from around the world, from other people across the globe, of certain stuff. And I can say you, he had a great giant collection, for what I read in his article, that they had at auction. There were 1,500 items he owned. He had everything from cars, dolls. He had different things in there. He had also prop pieces. And he had some that he made by hand. And I can tell you they were very interesting. I've seen the statue of the Richard Nixon statue, which is wild. Whoever owns that piece, I'm sure, they own a piece of history. And I do have other things that, he gave me before he passed on. He gave me a head. It's a rubber head that's used. It's like a horse head that you put on a stick. I still have that. He also gave me the horseshoe that he gave everybody when they came to Louisville for a visit. And I asked him for one. I have one. This one is a filly, and I still kept it to this very day. And it's above my room hanging up. And I never take it down. It's right up there. It might need to be cleaned. It hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. But let's go back to the issue. If he hadn't sold that Donald Duck bike to American Pickers, he will not have been worldwide famous to this day. And I can tell you, after he did that, a lot of people came around. Tourists from all over the country had came here to see him, from all the globe, as well as from the U.S. to see this man. Many times they would come here for Derby, and when Derby came around, people love the Derby time. And that was the best time to come here. But now due to the COVID-19, sad to say, before his passing, I had talked to the man several times. I got to know him. And what happened was that before he passed on, it was actually his Alzheimer's what had took his life, and not his cancer. He was also battling Alzheimer's as well as cancer. And it wasn't the cancer that killed him, but the Alzheimer's. And in time, it had took his mind as well as his life. I also made a decision to vow to bring this doll back. Once I find a cameraman, I'm going to explain. Don't boo the Real Creepy Doll Man, but boo the cameraman for not doing his job. This young man I asked, which is my cousin, failed to do the job. So I make a decision. I'm going to bring this piece back after the anniversary, and I'm still going to build this doll live for all the fans as a final bonus tribute to the late Jerry Lotz one last time. And in doing so, I also will have to make an outfit as well as a top hat, because this is supposed to be a Abraham Lincoln doll. And there's another doll I'm going to bring back when I do finish the clothes. This doll here will have to have her clothes done over again, and she'll also have to be cleaned up before I bring her back. So a lot of the dolls are in the condition they are in. Only a few of them have been restored, and I decided to leave the rest of them as is. I can show you which ones have been restored. This one here has been restored where she had a broken neck. I did fix it. The neck peg will have to be reset. I used the 5-second fix on this doll as well as this doll. And if I didn't fix these two, they wouldn't have a ordeal as it is. Now, there was a couple dolls that didn't have bodies, and I had the heads but no bodies. So what I did was talk to somebody from St. Vincent de Paul, and I got a body for this doll here in the back, and I have a body for this doll over here. And it wasn't easy to get the bodies. A lot of the other dolls have been refurnished. Some of them have been repainted and been redone over again. And also, I had to get 2 limbs off eBay for this doll to match the 1963 Skipper doll. And this poor doll here is a Penny Bright doll, but I couldn't find an arm for a 1963 Penny Bright doll. And I have actually 3 of them. These 2 are complete, but this one is not. Now, before we close this, I'm going to say about this. I had talked to Jerry Lotz before his passing. I think it's about a week or 2 weeks earlier was the last time I talked to the man. And the following week, I couldn't get to talk to him, so I talked to his daughter, Cheryl, and asked him where he was. She said he was really sick, and he's been battled with the Alzheimer's real bad. His health was deteriorating, and I knew what that was going to lead to. Before and after he died, I've been to the service. I heard something very interesting from his daughter, Cheryl, that they had read from another person. It was the I guess the person that they had to read his story. And doing so, it had said before he died that a bird flew in his house and went in a circle, which was actually, it was a cardinal bird. It flew around in the house. It sat there for a while, and it flew around again and then flew out the door. This occurrence only happened once. The second time it happened was when a bird had pecked at the hospital window before Jerry Lotz's passing. And this was told when they were talking about him at his service. And I heard this. I heard a lot of tales about what he told me when we were talking. He told me a lot of stories of his life as a child growing up. He owned the place where his dad lived. It was at 1737 Frankfort Avenue, and the zip code was 40206 over here in Louisville, Kentucky. One time, the place where he owned, before he bought it in 1978 or 1979, It was actually a grocery chain. His father, Jake Lotz, worked there as a butcher. And he told me about his mother, Natalie, and that both of them, have 5 children. Him and his other 4 siblings. The sad part, there are 2 left of his siblings left. His brothers, Johnny and Abba, I think is what you call his name, is still alive. The rest of the siblings are all gone now except for 2. And the only surviving ordeal, he has children, Cheryl Lee Lotz, and then also Jerry Davis Lotz, which is his son, and also his grandchildren, Shane, Brian, and I do not know what the last one's name is. But he also have 4 great-grandchildren that he leaves behind. And I can tell you, it's been one roller coaster ride. Now, this is the last time you will see these back in the set. Only 2 of the dolls will return when I bring them back to do their outfits. This doll here would definitely make... Actually, this would probably be the 3rd time I bring him back, as well as a 4th when he is fully completed, outfit and all. Once the head is restored, I make a promise the outfit will be done as well as the hat. And then when this one comes back with him, the outfit will be done whatever I want for this outfit. And I'm deciding to keep it a little, sort of the way that Mr. Lotz would like it. Now, before I close this, I say, hit that subscribe button if you like to see this channel. Because I said, and support the real Creepy Doll Man in his calls. If you're a Creepy Doll Man fan or not, or if you're a Jerry Lotz fan. Now I say, goodbye. And God bless you all.